What if you woke up today with absolutely no memories? And I'm not talking about that fuzzy feeling after a wild night out, I mean a complete factory reset of your brain. Welcome to What If Horizons, the podcast that takes your worst existential fears and turns them into a bizarrely entertaining thought experiment. Picture this: you open your eyes and suddenly, nothing is familiar. Not the room around you, not the face in the mirror, not even the name on what appears to be your coffee mug, which, by the way, says, "World's Best Accountant," and you have no idea if that's a compliment or a cry for help. Your mind is blank, your past is missing, and the only thing more confusing than your identity crisis is the fact that your sock drawer is inexplicably organized by color. How would you even begin to piece together who you are? You'd stumble around like a lost tourist in your own life, desperately trying to decode clues from random objects. That yoga mat in the corner, were you a wellness guru or just someone who liked to nap on the floor? The suspiciously large collection of spoons, culinary enthusiast or secret hoarder? And why is there a framed photo of you hugging a llama? These are the burning questions of your new, memory-less existence. The first hour would be pure chaos. You'd panic check your phone, only to realize you don't know the passcode. You'd flip through mail on the counter, praying for a utility bill to reveal your name, but all you find is a coupon for 20% off cat food, which is concerning, because you don't even know if you own a cat. You'd tentatively say, "Good morning," to what might be your partner, only for them to sigh and say, "We broke up 6 months ago. Why are you in my house?" And let's talk about skills. Would you still know how to tie your shoes? Could you ride a bike? Would your body remember how to make coffee, or would you just stare at the machine like it's an alien artifact? There's a terrifying chance you've reverted to the helplessness of a toddler, except now you're expected to adult without any instructions. Social interactions would be a minefield. People would approach you with expectations, inside jokes, and shared histories you can't recall. That coworker who greets you like an old friend might be a friend, might be someone you once insulted at a holiday party. There's no way to know. You'd nod along to conversations, silently screaming inside, hoping no one asks you to elaborate on that crazy night in Vegas, which, for all you know, might have involved felony charges. The real kicker: you wouldn't even know what you've lost. Are you forgetting a lifetime of trauma or a lifetime of tax paperwork? Was your old self a Nobel Prize winner or just really good at forgetting to take out the trash? The mystery is equal parts horrifying and weirdly freeing, like life's ultimate do-over, except you might accidentally revive your old crippling debt or questionable tattoos. So buckle up, because this isn't just about lost memories, it's about rediscovering or reinventing yourself from scratch. And who knows, maybe your past was overrated anyway. Now let's explore the practical nightmare of your first full day as a blank slate human. Breakfast becomes an unexpected puzzle. Do you prefer cereal or eggs? The fridge offers no hints, just a suspicious container of something that might be leftovers or a science experiment. You'll either starve from indecision or accidentally eat a ghost pepper sauce thinking it's ketchup. Your wardrobe presents another crisis. That closet full of clothes feels like a stranger's belongings. Why do you own 3 identical black shirts? Is this minimalism or a uniform for some secret job you can't remember? You'll likely emerge dressed like a mismatched cartoon character, combining formal slacks with a snorkeling t-shirt because they both felt right. The outside world hits different when you don't know the rules. Stepping outside, every face could be friend or foe. That neighbor waving enthusiastically, are you too close or is he just really into gardening? You'll develop a permanent nervous smile, nodding at everyone like you're in a witness protection program. Work becomes an improv comedy show. If you make it to what might be your workplace, you'll be playing the world's most stressful game of charades. Your desk could be anywhere. That computer password might be your birthday, your pet's name, or the word password, with 1 through 5 at the end. Each failed attempt feels like failing an exam you didn't study for. Your coworkers will notice something's off when you ask basic questions like, "What do I do here?" and "Which one of you is my boss?" The office kitchen becomes a minefield. That woman who glared when you used the last coffee pod might be your arch nemesis or just someone who really needs caffeine. Lunchtime brings new challenges. That restaurant everyone goes to might be your favorite spot or the place you got food poisoning last year. The menu offers no clues. You'll either rediscover a beloved dish or accidentally order something that makes your body rebel in ways you can't anticipate. As evening falls, You face the ultimate test: going home. Which home? That keyring full of mystery keys could open your apartment, a storage unit, or possibly a safety deposit box containing your secret second family. You'll try each one like a burglar with existential dread. The first night is the strangest. That bed might be yours, but it doesn't feel familiar. You'll lie awake wondering about the person who used to occupy this life. Were they happy, successful, good at remembering to water plants? The silence is filled with questions only your missing memories could answer. And just when you think it can't get weirder, your phone lights up with a text from Mom. Now you have to figure out how to talk to your own mother without revealing you don't remember her. Do real people actually say, "Hey Mom," or is that just in movies? The pressure is unbelievable. This is life without memories, constantly faking it while hoping no one calls your bluff. Every moment is equal parts discovery and performance, with no script and no understudy. The scary truth: you might be doing better at this than the old you ever did. The second morning arrives and you realize something horrifying. You still don't remember anything, but now people expect you to be getting better at this. That panicked look you wore yesterday is no longer charmingly confused, it's just concerning. Time to develop strategies before someone calls a mental health professional. You start noticing patterns about yourself through forensic investigation of your living space. The collection of travel-sized toiletries suggests you might have been the type who actually packed properly for trips. The single chopstick behind the microwave implies either a tragic kitchen accident or secret martial arts training. Every object becomes a clue in the mystery of your former identity. Bathroom rituals become a humbling experience. That elaborate skincare routine in your cabinet. Were you meticulous about self-care or just easily influenced by internet ads? You'll either underdo it and emerge looking like a dried apricot, or overdo it and accidentally use hair removal cream as toothpaste. Both have happened before, just not to this version of you. Relationships present the biggest minefield. That person who keeps texting, "Miss you babe," could be your soulmate or someone you promised to never speak to again. Your call history shows frequent conversations with Dave, best friend Dave, plumber Dave, ex-boyfriend Dave. The uncertainty turns every interaction into an emotional Russian roulette. Your search history becomes a disappointing autobiography. Instead of revealing deep intellectual pursuits, it's mostly, "Why does my elbow hurt sometimes?" and "Can microwave kill you if not plugged in?" The most recent search is, "How to fold fitted sheet," suggesting your past self was either catastrophically domestic or preparing for some sort of linen-based emergency. Money matters get awkward fast. Your bank account shows recurring payments to mysterious entities. Is XYZ Holdings your landlord, or are you funding a secret supervillain lair? That $87 charge every month could be a gym membership you desperately need or proof you fell for one of those fake subscription scams. Food preferences become a daily gamble. That first sip of coffee tells you whether you're someone who likes it black or with enough sugar to induce a coma. The first bite of a sandwich reveals if you have any dietary restrictions the hard way. Every meal is like a cooking show challenge where the secret ingredient is your own forgotten tastes. As days pass, you develop a new kind of intuition, not memory, but muscle memory. Your hands remember how to type faster than your brain remembers what to type. Your feet know the route to what might be your favorite coffee shop before you consciously recognize the street. The body keeps score even when the mind checks out. The most unsettling part: people keep telling you, "You're acting different." Are you becoming a new person, or was the old you just really bad at being yourself? Without memories to anchor you, every version feels equally valid and equally fake. You're not who you were, but who you're becoming is anyone's guess. And then comes the moment when someone mentions that time in college, and waits for your reaction. College. You went to college. The realization that your empty mental hard drive might be missing entire decades of experiences hits like a ton of bricks. But hey, at least you don't remember any student loan debt either. Small mercies. Week 2 rolls around, and you've developed a survival strategy: smile, nod, and hope nobody asks follow-up questions. You've become a master of vague responses like, "Oh, that was something, wasn't it?" And, "Let's not talk about that." It's not lying if you genuinely don't know what you're avoiding. Your home continues to reveal secrets. That locked drawer you finally managed to open contains old receipts. So many receipts. Either you were meticulous about finances or preparing for an audit that never came. The discovery of a shoebox full of foreign coins suggests you might have been a world traveler or just really bad at emptying your pockets after trips. Work becomes a delicate balancing act. You've learned to say, "Remind me how we handle this," with enough authority that people think you're testing them rather than clueless. That spreadsheet everyone keeps referencing. You pretend to understand it while secretly Googling, "What is a pivot table?" during lunch breaks. Your social media accounts are a goldmine of cringe. Photos of you at parties you don't remember, comments on posts you can't recall writing, and a concerning number of cat videos shared at 3 a.m. The discovery that you once tweeted, "Pineapple belongs on pizza," makes you question if you even want your memories back. Health habits become a guessing game. That bottle of vitamins in your cabinet, were you a health nut or just easily swayed by pharmacy checkout line displays? The discovery of a gym membership card explains nothing. It could mean you were fit or just really good at paying for things you never use. Your phone's photo album is a confusing mix of sunsets, blurry group shots, and what appears to be 47 pictures of the same tree. That selfie with a celebrity could be proof you ran in glamorous circles or just a clever Photoshop job. The more you scroll, the less you understand about your former self. Relationships reach new levels of awkwardness. That person who keeps calling might be your best friend or someone you owe money to. The discovery of a wedding invitation in your name sends you into a panic. Are you married? Divorced? Somehow both. The lack of a ring on your finger answers nothing. Your taste in entertainment becomes a daily surprise. That bookshelf full of self-help books suggests either deep personal growth or chronic insecurity. The discovery of a box set of some obscure TV show raises questions about your former personality. Were you a cult classic enthusiast or just really bad at returning borrowed DVDs? As the days pass, you start to notice something strange. You're developing new preferences. That food you thought you hated, turns out you love it. That hobby you never tried, you're surprisingly good at it. Without the weight of past experiences, you're free to become someone entirely new. The most surprising part, people seem to like this version of you better. Your fresh perspective makes you more open, less judgmental, and surprisingly good at listening. Maybe forgetting everything wasn't a curse, it was a chance to start over. Or maybe your old self was just really annoying. Either way, you're starting to like this new you. And then comes the moment when someone says, "You've changed," and you realize, maybe that's not such a bad thing after all. A month into your new identity and you're starting to develop systems. You've created a secret notebook with bullet points about your own life. Dave equals coworker, not dentist. Allergic to shellfish probably. Apparently scared of clowns. Why? It's like studying for a test about yourself that could pop up at any moment. Your morning routine has stabilized into something resembling normalcy, though you still pause every time you brush your teeth. Is 2 minutes really necessary or just dental propaganda? The fridge now contains actual food instead of mystery containers, though you did have one alarming incident involving what turned out to be expired hummus. Work has become a bizarre performance art piece where you convincingly pretend to know things. That big project everyone's stressed about. You nod along while frantically researching it during bathroom breaks. The realization that you might have been considered competent at your job is equal parts flattering and terrifying. Social circles present new challenges. You've learned to identify your friends by how much they tease you versus how politely they pretend to like you. That group chat you were added to reveals you were either the funny one or the one everyone tolerated. The message history suggests both possibilities. Your physical abilities continue to surprise you. That time you instinctively caught a falling glass suggests either cat-like reflexes or a past full of broken dishes. The discovery that you can still ride a bike comes with the humbling realization that no, you can't do cool tricks, just basic transportation with occasional wobbling. Financial realities start coming into focus. That savings account with actual money in it suggests your past self had some responsibility. The credit card statement showing multiple charges for premium llama grooming suggests they also had questionable priorities. You're doing okay financially, if slightly confused about the llama situation. Personal habits reveal themselves gradually. You catch yourself absent-mindedly organizing pens by color. Was this always a thing, or is your brain creating new quirks? The way you automatically double knot your shoelaces hints at either past trauma involving tripping or just sensible footwear practices. Relationships reach a turning point. You've stopped pretending to remember things and started asking honest questions. The surprising part, people seem relieved. Turns out your memory was always spotty, and they're just happy you're showing interest now. That best friend you were scared to ask about. She laughs and says you never remembered her birthday anyway. You're developing new tastes too. That music genre you thought you hated. You put it on as background noise and catch yourself humming along. The vegetable you swore you'd never eat. Turns out delicious when prepared correctly and when you don't remember hating it. The most profound change isn't what you've lost, it's what you've gained. Without the baggage of past failures, you're more willing to try new things. Without old grudges, you're quicker to forgive. Without entrenched habits, every day feels fresh. And then it happens. Someone mentions an event from last year and suddenly, like a computer rebooting, a fragment of memory clicks into place. It's small and insignificant, but it's yours. For the first time, you're not just building a new life, you're reconnecting with your old one. The feeling is equal parts exhilarating and terrifying. Because now you have to wonder, what happens when everything comes back? Will you like the person you were? Will that person like who you've become? And most importantly, will you remember where you put those damn car keys? The memory fragments come back like pieces of a puzzle from a thrift store. Some fit perfectly, others clearly belong to a different picture entirely. That sudden recollection of your first grade teacher's name. Useful. The detailed memory of a sandwich you ate in 2012. Less so. Your brain is rebuilding itself with questionable priorities. You start experiencing unexpected flashbacks at inconvenient moments. During an important meeting, you suddenly remember the entire plot of a childhood cartoon. While making toast, vivid images appear of a beach vacation you took with people you still can't name. The human mind apparently stores information based on some arcane system even Google couldn't explain. Relationships take on new dimensions as fragments return. That coworker you thought was just friendly. Turns out you two had a legendary feud over the office thermostat. Your polite nodding now carries the weight of past betrayals. The barista who always gives you extra foam. You suddenly recall tipping him $50 after winning the lottery. When did you play the lottery? Skills return in unpredictable bursts. One morning you sit down at a piano and discover muscle memory for songs you don't consciously know. Later that day, you struggle for 10 minutes with a child-proof medicine bottle. Your abilities have apparently been restored via random shuffle mode. The emotional whiplash is real. Some memories bring unexpected warmth. The smell of your grandmother's kitchen, the feel of your childhood blanket. Others hit like emotional gut punches. That breakup you didn't remember going through, the pet you forgot you'd lost. You're experiencing your own life's greatest hits and worst moments all out of order. Your notebook system has upgraded to color coding. Pink for happy memories, blue for useful facts, and red for things I wish I could forget again. The red section grows alarmingly fast, particularly after recalling your unfortunate karaoke phase. Objects in your home gain new significance. That chipped coffee mug wasn't just a mug, it was a souvenir from your best friend who moved away. The stain on the couch tells a story you wish you could unremember. Even your clothes carry hidden histories. That sweater you thought was stylish turns out to be a gift from an ex you'd rather not think about. Work becomes increasingly surreal as professional knowledge returns alongside embarrassing personal memories. During a client presentation, you suddenly recall streaking across this same conference room at last year's holiday party. The whiplash of maintaining professional decorum while remembering unprofessional behavior creates constant internal whiplash. Sleep brings the strangest restorations. You wake up with complete knowledge of high school algebra but still can't remember your Wi-Fi password. Vivid dreams reveal forgotten friendships and experiences that leave you emotionally raw each morning. Your subconscious is working overtime, unpacking boxes of memories you didn't know were in storage. The most unsettling realization, you're not becoming your old self again, you're becoming someone new who remembers being that person. The experiences are integrating, but the perspective is forever changed. You'll never be the person who took those memories for granted again. And then comes the big question, what do you do with the memories you'd rather leave forgotten? The cringy moments, the painful mistakes, the embarrassing choices. Turns out personal growth comes with receipts, and your brain is determined to make you look at every single one. But here's the unexpected silver lining. With all the worst moments comes the memory of how you survived them. Every failure you overcame, every heartbreak you moved past, Every bad haircut that eventually grew out. The complete picture shows not just who you were, but how you became who you are. And who knows, maybe this time around, you'll make some new mistakes instead of repeating the old ones. At least they'll be interesting. 3 months into this bizarre journey, you've reached an uneasy truce with your returning memories. They pop up like uninvited guests, often at the worst possible moments. That important job interview, perfect time to remember your 7th birthday party in vivid detail. First date in years, your brain helpfully replays every embarrassing moment from puberty. Thanks for nothing, memory. Your social life has become a minefield of recovered context. That friend you thought was just being nice. Turns out you saved her from choking once. The neighbor you've been avoiding. Actually your favorite drinking buddy. You're constantly oscillating between, we should hang out more, and, oh God, what did I say to you last Thanksgiving? Professional life takes on new complications as skills return unevenly. You suddenly remember how to do complex data analysis but forgot where the bathrooms are. That presentation you agonized over. Turns out you've given it 6 times before. The client you've been researching. You went to college together and apparently owe him $20. Your taste buds have staged a full rebellion. Foods you've enjoyed for months now taste wrong, as your original preferences resurface. That coffee order you perfected. Apparently not how you used to take it. The discovery that you actually hate cilantro explains so much about your cooking experiments. Relationships enter a strange new phase as emotional memories return. That song you've been enjoying now makes you cry for reasons you can't explain. The movie you thought was just okay hits differently when you remember watching it with someone special. You're experiencing your own emotional history in fast forward, complete with bonus commentary from your present self. Your living space undergoes constant reorganization as objects regain meaning. That box of random cables you almost threw out contains the charger for your childhood gaming system. The ugly vase in the corner. Turns out it's a family heirloom you once risked life and limb to save from a house fire. Every decluttering session becomes an archaeological dig through your own life. Sleep patterns go haywire as your brain works overtime processing returning memories. Some nights you sleep like a log, others you lie awake remembering every bad decision since middle school. Your dreams feature bizarre mashups of past and present, like your high school cafeteria serving your current coworkers as lunch specials. The most disorienting part, moments of déjà vu where past and present memories collide. Walking into a new restaurant and suddenly remembering your first date there. Meeting someone and instantly recalling a childhood friendship. Your timeline is reconstructing itself in non-chronological order, leaving you constantly off balance. Physical habits reveal hidden histories too. That way you automatically tie your shoes. Exactly how your dad taught you. The nervous tap of your foot. A habit from college all-nighters. Even your signature has morphed through 3 different versions as muscle memories compete with each other. And then comes the biggest shock, realizing some memories aren't coming back at all. There are still blank spots in your mental map, experiences lost forever. At first this terrifies you, then you realize, maybe forgetting some things is a gift. Not every mistake needs to be remembered, not every pain needs to be relived. The person emerging from this experience isn't who you were before, nor who you became after. It's someone new, someone who remembers both versions and gets to choose what to keep. The past may shape us, but it doesn't have to define us. Besides, if you can survive rediscovering your middle school fashion phase, you can survive anything. Some memories are better left in the past where they belong. 6 months into this memory odyssey, you've developed a strange relationship with your past self. It's like living with a ghost who left behind questionable life choices and an impressive collection of mismatched socks. You're constantly torn between admiration for their accomplishments and the urge to yell, "What were you thinking?" At old photos, your social media accounts have become a source of both nostalgia and horror. That embarrassing post from 2014, still haunting you, the heartfelt message to a friend you forgot about, suddenly relevant again. You're constantly torn between deleting your entire online presence and using it as a memory aid. Work life reaches new levels of surrealism as professional memories return alongside personal ones. That client you've been pitching to. Turns out you once spilled coffee on their expensive suit. The colleague you thought was just friendly. You mentored them through their first year. Every interaction carries unexpected weight as context floods back. Your taste in entertainment becomes a battlefield between old and new preferences. That band you've been enjoying. Turns out your ex introduced you to them. The book series you thought was new. You read it in high school and hated the ending. Even your Netflix recommendations are confused, suggesting both children's cartoons and gritty crime dramas. Relationships enter a strange new phase as emotional context returns. That friend you've been casually hanging out with. Turns out you were each other's support system during hard times. The family member you thought was distant. You suddenly remember why you drifted apart. Every connection carries new depth and complexity. Your living space continues to reveal secrets. That mysterious key you found opens a storage unit full of forgotten treasures and some questionable fashion choices. The box of old letters in the attic contains love notes from a relationship you don't remember ending. Your home has become a museum of your own life, curated by someone with questionable taste. Physical abilities reach new levels of confusion. That yoga pose you struggled with last week, suddenly easy as you remember years of practice. The dance move you thought you invented, turns out you learned it in a college class. Even your handwriting keeps shifting as different muscle memories resurface. The most surprising part, how much you've changed. The person emerging from this experience isn't who you were before, nor who you became after. It's someone new, someone who remembers both versions and gets to choose what to keep. The past may shape us, but it doesn't have to define us. And then comes the moment when someone says, "You're back to your old self," and you realize, no, you're not. You're something better. Someone who remembers the lessons of the past but isn't bound by them. Someone who knows how far you've come and how much further you can go. Because here's the truth. We're all works in progress. Our memories shape us, but they don't have to limit us. Whether we remember everything or nothing, the most important thing is who we choose to be right now. So here's to the new you, the one who remembers the past but isn't defined by it. The one who knows where you've been but is more interested in where you're going. And most importantly, the one who finally remembers where you put the car keys. As the months roll on, you begin to notice something unexpected. The gaps in your memory have become opportunities rather than obstacles. Those blank spaces in your past have left room for new experiences, new perspectives, and even new versions of yourself. It's like your brain hit the reset button, but instead of starting over, you're building on what's left. Your relationships have taken on a new depth. People who once felt like strangers now feel like old friends, even if you don't remember every detail of your history together. That coworker you thought was just polite, turns out you've been through countless projects together, and the bond you share is stronger than any forgotten memory. The awkwardness of not remembering has been replaced by the joy of rediscovery. Your home has become a treasure trove of rediscovered meaning. That old guitar in the corner, turns out you used to play it every night, and your fingers are slowly remembering the chords. The stack of books on the shelf, each one holds a story, not just from the pages but from the moments you read them. Even the clutter feels meaningful now, as if every object has a story waiting to be told. Work has become a strange blend of old and new. Skills you thought were lost are slowly returning, but with a fresh twist. That presentation style you used to rely on, it's back, but now it's mixed with the improvisational skills you developed during your memory-less days. The result is something entirely new, a hybrid of who you were and who you've become. Your tastes have evolved in surprising ways. Foods you used to love now taste different, and things you thought you hated have become favorites. That playlist you've been curating, it's a mix of old classics and new discoveries, a soundtrack to your ongoing journey of self-reconstruction. Even your wardrobe has transformed, blending the practicality of your memory-less days with the style of your former self. The emotional roller coaster of returning memories has leveled out. The shock of remembering painful moments has been replaced by a sense of acceptance. You've learned to hold those memories lightly, acknowledging them without letting them define you. The joy of rediscovering happy moments has become a source of strength, a reminder of the resilience that's always been a part of you. And then there are the memories that never come back. Those blank spots in your timeline, the moments lost forever. At first, they felt like missing pieces of a puzzle, but now they feel like opportunities. Spaces where you can write new stories, create new memories, and become someone entirely new. The most surprising part, you've started to appreciate the person you've become. The version of you that emerged from the chaos, the one who learned to navigate the world without a map. That person is stronger, more adaptable, and more open to new experiences than you ever were before. So here's to the new you, the one who remembers the past but isn't defined by it, the one who knows where you've been but is more interested in where you're going. The one who's learned that memories are important, but they're not everything. Because at the end of the day, who we are isn't just about what we remember. It's about how we choose to live, how we treat the people around us, and how we face the challenges life throws our way. And if you can survive waking up with no memories, you can survive anything. As you reach the end of this strange and transformative journey, you realize something profound. Life isn't about the memories we have, but the moments we create. Whether you remember everything or nothing at all, what truly matters is how you choose to live in the present. You've learned to embrace the uncertainty, to find joy in the unknown, and to see every blank space as an opportunity for growth. The person you've become isn't defined by the past but shaped by the choices you make every day. And that's a lesson worth holding onto, no matter how much or how little you remember. So as you move forward, take a moment to reflect on your own story. What would you do if you woke up with no memories? How would you navigate the chaos, rediscover yourself, and build a life worth remembering? It's a question that challenges us to think about who we are and who we want to be. If this thought experiment has sparked your curiosity, or if you've enjoyed exploring this wild, what-if scenario with us, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to What If Horizons for more mind-bending explorations of life's biggest questions. Your support helps us keep the conversation going and brings new perspectives to light. And remember, whether you're rebuilding your identity from scratch or just trying to remember where you left your keys, life is an adventure worth living. So go out there, create new memories, and make every moment count. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, keep asking, what if? And stay curious.